The International Civil Aviation Organisation and its Committee on Environmental Protection, so-called CAPE, has made great strides in the last 6 years, on regulating emissions from aircraft engines in terms of particulate matter. For years, the smoke number was the only certification emission regulation, which was based on visibility. But as the health impacts of aviation emissions have increased and the concentration of looking at ultrafine particles which are emitted from all sorts of combustion sources but also aircraft engines, the ICAO CAPE has introduced regulation for both particulate mass and number. And the number is particularly important because of these very small particles. But at the moment, Aviator is going to try and fill in the knowledge gaps of how these particles, how they're emitted, but also how they travel and their impact on the local air quality. At the moment, air quality just looks at mass of particles, particle 2.5 microns and less, or 10 microns and less. These are quite big particles relative to aircraft engine particles. So we're going to have a look at what the impacts are, both on ambient levels of PM2.5 and PM10, but also these ultrafine particles. So there's very novel ambient measurements taking place, as well as on-wing measurements and dispersion in the near field and just beyond the airport boundary. So hopefully Aviator is going to provide a lot of information to push forward the science and help in terms of regulation. Are we regulating the right kind of pollutants, i.e. mass and number, and air quality, ambient air quality? Do we need to be having a standard for ultrafine particles, for example? So I think Aviator is going to be extremely useful in pushing forward the science in this area.